friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to sit down and talk with you, have a little discussion, and pose a question to you. If you keep books on your bookshelves that you have no intention of reading. I myself am thinking about doing another unhaul, like an end of the year unhaul, and I started thinking about some of the books on my shelf, and I have a collection of books that I know I will probably never read, but I keep them on my bookshelves because they used to be my favorites. I'm referring to the Patricia Cornwell Kay Scarpetta series, including Dust. You never see them in my videos because they're at the top of my bookshelves, but I think I have something like 14 books, and they're all huge, thick, big, tall copies, or the majority of them are. So they do take up a lot of space on my bookshelves, even though they're at the top. You know, I could obviously have other series up there. But I keep these because when I was younger, when I was a tween, when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult, this is what I was reading. I was reading the Kay Scarpetta series. I got into it when I was quite young. I used to get them at the library. I don't remember which ones I've read and which ones I didn't because I never kept track of what I was reading back then. I loved every single one of her books. These are crime novels. There is a case being solved in every single book, but there is an overarching story. Now, if I picked up this book today, I've never read this. I got this one Christmas. Let's see which Christmas it was. Christmas of 2013, I got this book, and my mother-in-law actually got it for me, and it's signed because she knew that this was my favorite author and that this is basically the only thing I've read. But I haven't read this. I've had it for 4 years, and this was it was the new release at the time. Like I said, and I have the books past this. The last time I read a Patricia Cornwell book was in July of 2015. So it's been over 2.5 years since I've read a Patricia Cornwell Kay Scarpetta series book. And I loved it. Like, I would pick up these books and absolutely love them if I've read them. However, my tastes have changed. I'm more of a contemporary reader now. I know if I pick up a contemporary book, I'm going to pretty much at least enjoy it. But most of them end up being my favorites. Not to say that one of these couldn't be my favorites as well. However, I just reach more for contemporary than I do crime novels nowadays. I'll read a fantasy book occasionally. I'll read, a thriller mystery occasionally. But my main go-to now is definitely contemporary. You can see that reflected in my book hauls. However, I don't want to get rid of these because I know if I read them, I would love them. And it took me a long time to collect the ones that I have. And I'm only missing a couple. I hope that there's like a end of series coming soon type thing, so then I can just have all the books. But I don't know if that's like counterproductive. I collect these books if I don't plan on reading them, and then I'm keeping them on my shelves. So I don't know. Like, they're always just at the top of my bookshelf, so I usually don't even clean that part off. It just kind of stays up there. Because it's like 14 books and I'm trying to keep them in order, and I haven't read them, so I can't remember off the top of my head what order they go into. Yeah, so do you have books on your bookshelf that you keep there for like no apparent reason? Like, you're not going to read it, but you kind of like keep them around anyway? If you do, let me know. Let me know what you think of my situation. If I should just keep the books, because my plan, the reason why I started collecting them is when I was younger and I started reading them, I wasn't the type of reader I am now, and I would just kind of read them out of order. Whichever one I could get my hands on is the one that I would read, because I was there for the mystery of the individual book. But as I got older, I realized that there was an overarching, plot and story, and I wanted to get all the books, start at book number 1, and just read it for that. But I don't know, like, am I ever going to start at book number 1 and read the entire series? I don't know. Maybe it's something I can tackle in 2018. But if I'm being honest with you and I'm being honest with myself, I'm not really interested in doing that. I thought about doing it last year. I always think about it around this time of year, but anyway, my questions are, do you have books on your bookshelf that you have no intention of reading? What do you think about my individual situation? Like, what should I do, guys? Should I unhaul them? Should I keep them? What should I do? Anyway, that's all for today's video. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye!